Hello, my name is John Rose, and in today's video I'm going to take a closer look at the germ theory of disease versus the terrain theory of disease. Now I'm taping this on April the 20th, 2020, and that time is relative because we are in the middle of a corona crisis right now, and our whole planet is under the influence of the most dangerous false belief on this planet. It's the germ theory of disease, the contagion myth. Look how powerful this false belief is. It makes us easier to herd than sheep. Now I want you to stop and think about that, folks. We kind of look at sheep as stupid animals, right? One little dog can herd up a bunch of sheep, right? Well, how many people is it taking right now to herd up this whole planet because of our false belief that this virus is going to come and get us? We've got to really sit down before fact like a little child when it comes to this type of knowledge, because this is one of the most important false beliefs that the powers that be want us to believe in. And why? Because they can control us. When you can control what people believe, you can control what they do. If you can control what they think, you can control what they do. And that's what they're doing. They control what we think, what we believe. And look what we're doing. We're doing just like you would expect people to do who believe that the problems are something invisible that we're breathing on to each other. So, germ theory, virus theory, or terrain theory, folks. What is it? It's obvious. We know that the terrain is everything. Even Louis Pasteur confessed on his deathbed. He admitted he was wrong, that the microbe is nothing, that the terrain is everything. Now, why don't we know that? Because we live in a sick world, and sickness begets sickness, where now we have the sickest of us in control of us. They're the ones who set up these organizations like the World Health Organization. They're the ones who set up all these bureaucracies like the CDC and the FDA. This is how they're usurping our rights, through these organizations. And it's all based on a belief that they've been bombarding in our brain for an awful long time. Everyone believes this, and yet nothing could be further from the truth. It's not the microbe, it's not the virus. And why don't we know? Again, our experts are being misdirected. If you go to school to try to figure this out, what do you find out? Well, if you're going to be the one diagnosing the problems, what do? You go out there and you go looking. Where do you go? I'm looking for clues. Where are those clues at? Well, let's take a look at some tissues. Let's look and see what kind of clues we can find. Look what we got here. We've got some exosomes. We've got some cytokines. It's a cytokine storm. Our so-called experts are clueless. They're tricked into believing a false premise that it's always an infection. They've been told that over and over and over so many times. This is an infection, ... This is an infection, ... As long as we keep looking out here, where are they? Over there? Can you see those beautiful flowers over here? We keep looking out here. It's within here, folks. It's what we're doing to ourselves that's creating auto-intoxication, which is what's dealing with the terrain. So, do we look at the virus or do we look at auto-intoxication? It's really simple, folks. Most of our diseases are coming from the toxicity side of the equation. All of our diseases are either due to deficiencies or toxicities, but most of them are the toxicity side of the equation, and we've known this for an awful long time. Even Hippocrates said, diseases are crises of purification, of toxic elimination. And he knew the more you feed a sick person, the more you harm them. I'm quoting him right there. He knew auto-intoxication is the problem, but our experts are clueless. They're convinced that there's got to be an infection that creates the fluid in the lungs. It's insane to look at what they think is the answer, and they actually believe it. When people die of pneumonia or they have this coronavirus, what's really going on? Fluid gets into their lungs. What's going on there? Well, according to them, it's either acute respiratory distress symptom or which is nothing but an infection, right? Or they're going to say it's a virus. Well, now we're back to the infection again. Or no, it's an overreactive immune system. Let's blame something else. And if we can't find something else, we blame ourselves. It's an inappropriate signal. Something's wrong with our body. It's a cytokine storm. Look at all these messengers. Look, we found them at the scene of the crime. Again, pathologists are clueless. They go looking for clues to figure out what's going on. They see what's happening, but they're already starting off with a false premise that it started with the infection. And now you got fluid in the lungs because of the infection. You got ARDS, or you got a virus, or overreactive immune system, or here's the best one. Oh, the body's just opening up the blood vessels so it can get more immune cells there. So if there's no damage, it's still the immune system's messing up. Got fluid in the lungs because the body's messing up. No. This is called a fontanelle, folks. When we don't eat the right foods, we damage our filtering systems, and then our bathrooms get dirty, especially the bathroom that surrounds all of our cells. That's our lymph system. And when that lymph system backs up into our tissues, doctors don't know what's going on. They say, oh, your immune system is attacking itself. No, your lymph system is not getting filtered, and it is backing up into the system. And when it goes back into the lungs, they call it pneumonia. Got fluid in the lungs, there's an infection causing the damage. No, our lymph system isn't getting filtered. When it can't get filtered, it's going to back up. And don't go blaming something out there. Don't say, okay, it's an inappropriate signal. Don't blame those French fries, blame biology. We are doing it to ourselves, folks, ignorantly, because we don't know how to live, we don't know how to eat. Let me make this simple for you. 2 bathrooms are contributing to auto intoxication. We eat, we eliminate, there's a bathroom. Our cells eat, they eliminate, there's a bathroom. When cells are damaged, they eliminate those toxins. And what are those? They're called exosomes. Now, when you look at the latest theory on viruses, that's all they're identifying are these little exosomes budding out from the peripheral of the cells. And the body's trying to communicate to itself, saying, help, I'm damaged. This is what a virus is. It isn't something that's spreading, that's coming into us. It's coming from our own cells when a cell becomes damaged. And it can be damaged in a lot of ways, can't it? It can be damaged with all sorts of poisons that come into us. And that even includes electromagnetic fields. And we already see the damage what our current cell phones are doing. We got to stop looking out there, folks. And we got to stop saying that when we look inside, it's an inappropriate signal. It's not that complicated. It's very simple. What I'm proposing is not only an explanation for pneumonia and the coronavirus, but it's an explanation for virtually every disease we have, because most of it's coming from the auto-intoxication side of the equation. This bathroom's backing up, or the bathroom around all of our cells, and that extracellular fluid, that interstitial fluid, that's not getting filtered, it backs up. And wherever it backs up, there is the disease process. And that's the piece of the puzzle doctors don't understand. Bunch of cells, 2 fluids, that's all we are. One fluid feeds it, it's the blood. One fluid cleans it, it's the lymph system. The doctors don't understand how that lymph system is backing up. Instead they say, oh, the immune cells are attacking us. No, that's not what's happening. It's simple. How can you prove this to yourself? It's simple to prove this to yourself. Take a solid food vacation. Drink nothing but juices for an extended period of time, and you're going to see the waste matter that you're flushing out of that main bathroom. You do what it takes to clean out that bathroom. It's going to clean out all the other bathrooms, and when you can do that, I guarantee you, my friends, you're in for a treat.